A streetlight on a corner watches the few pedestrians walk along a desolate road. Moths dance around its light. Night descends. Hidden dangers stir, ready to emerge from the shadows. The abandoned buildings tucked away in the southern district have long since become lairs for the predators.
Our stakeout paid off. Look, we've got ourselves an enforcer.
We'll take out every big shot that comes down here. We'll kill them and toss their corpses to the dogs. They see us as monsters and want us dead. In that case, let's turn this city into a place where monsters have the final say.
Not Predator B. A dull ache spreads from my forehead to my limbs. Blood blurs my vision. I can't even muster the strength to get up. I was in the Southern District to gather information, but it looks like I'll die at the hands of these two predators instead.
Didn't you forget something?
There he is. There he is. The Rafayel. A cold voice breaks the silence.
You're...
Get lost before I change my mind.
The figure walks into the light. He's approaching me. The voice and tone are unmistakably familiar. I frantically try to wipe away the blood blurring my vision. I look up at the newcomer in disbelief. Raph?
You've got guts, Enforcer. You actually showed up in a place like this.
A pool of blood stains his shoes. He bends down and picks up an ID card from it.
LCBI Operations, Sector 1, Special Enforcer. They say you're looking for a predator named Tamino. He's a notorious criminal who's capable of committing any evil deed. A regular face on your internal lists, so they say.
He moves closer and kneels down. Suddenly, that familiar face appears before me once again.
So, is the world's strictest enforcer planning to arrest me again? What game should we play to commemorate the occasion?
Girl. Recently, the crime rate among Lincoln's predators has risen to 70%. These individuals who have gone under a mutation blended in with the general population and possess strength far beyond the average human. Their tendencies for extreme violence turn the city into a playground for their destructive revelry? To address the growing unrest, the authorities invested heavily in a combat program against the predators, IEDS. This special initiative aimed to produce robots that could deal with the predators. The predators who were apprehended served as ideal test subjects for it. I know, I love Rafayel. 1 year ago. As the weekly morning meeting ended, I stretched my aching back and made my way to the conference room's door. Suddenly, someone called me over.
Wait, could you stay behind for a moment?
Here comes the troublesome assignment. Winona was the secretary of the operations sector manager. She handled almost all the assignments and arrangements, big and small, within the LCBI.
There's an important task I need to discuss with you.
I nodded and pulled out a chair to sit down again. Winona turned and gestured to the holographic display she brought up.
You must have heard about it during our meeting earlier, yes? Given the annual increase in crime rate among our city's predators, the LCBI has been encouraged to adopt more aggressive countermeasures. The IEDS program has already begun. We'll be selecting a suitable test subject from the pool of predators we've detained. This individual will need a suitable supervisor.
Winona's words carried a hidden meaning, and my heart sank. A chance encounter during my childhood revealed that I was immune to the predator virus. Maybe there was a special antibody in my blood, but for my own safety, I never shared the secret with anyone. Assuming they hadn't found out about it, why would they ask for me?
Your resume said you're friendly and have good communication skills.
Noticing my wariness and confusion, Winona paddled? I almost said paddled. Okay. All right. All right. Y'all shut up. Everybody shut up. I didn't say that. Winona patted me on the shoulder.
And more importantly, you were born in the Southern District where the predators gather. You're familiar with their behavior. That's why the LCBI has decided to entrust you with this important assignment.
Thank you, Cucumber. Do I have the right to refuse?
No, but we will provide you with the best health insurance.
Noticing my slight relief, she gave me a kind smile and continued
The
speaking.
situation isn't as dire as you think it is. Take a look at the file.
Name Rafayel, age 24, birthplace Verona, occupation opera singer, background a famous opera singer from Verona, a town renowned for the arts, the leading actor in Siren Song. 2 years ago, he was accidentally injured during an attack and became a predator. He suffers from memory loss. Independent and reclusive, avoids communicating with others, shows no apparent aggression toward non predators, does not socialize with other predators, prefers to be alone. I agree. Bunny. They really need to do that. As the elevator doors opened, Winona and I entered the LCBI's command center, which was located on the B1 floor. So my job is to monitor this predator who goes by the name Rafayel.
Correct. Like other Triple S class predators, he possesses strength that far surpasses a non-predator's capabilities.
I'm so happy you call me Bunny instead of Nesquik. I just assumed you went by Bunny. So I'm glad that I didn't get it wrong.
Even though he lost most of his memories and appears emotionless, he still possesses a strong sense of self.
Bunny is cuter. Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, it's Bunny.
The official assessment of his frenzy index has been recorded. It's very low. So long as nothing unexpected occurs, he won't pose a threat to you.
What if he does? As if anticipating my question, she handed me another document.
Of course, we have a backup plan in case things go awry. These predators have been implanted with control devices for pacification. They're directly linked to your equipment. In other words, if he enters a frenzied state, you're the only one who can pacify him.
Oh, we're the only one? I don't like it when people call me Nesquik when I'm trolling as a boy in games. Let's go. Oh, man. I knew what happened when a predator went into a frenzy. When a predator displayed animalistic predatory behavior, they attacked anyone they perceived as prey until their target was dead. Either you become a predator too, or you died. As the gravity of the situation set off alarms in my head, Winona opened her mouth.
I must remind you that even the most experienced animal trainer can still get mauled by a wild beast. I wish you the best of luck.
All right, Winona. Winona's a bitch. Damn, we're right in it, girl. We're already here. We're already here. It didn't take long, did it? We're already in here, girl. As I stepped into the testing arena for the combat simulation, panic cries rang out.
This is bad. The predator has escaped.
I don't think we're going to get to the spicy stuff this soon, but it's cool that we're already in here, though.
Where's his supervisor? Hurry up and find him. He couldn't have gone far.
Won't you look at that? Your first assignment is here.
Amidst the chaos, she solemnly placed her hands on my shoulders.
The future of the LCBI is in your hands.
Girl, Winona, get out of here. I just want to see Raphael, please. During the evening rush hour, the congested roads erupted with screams in every direction. An office worker was attacked by a frenzied predator in public. Enforcers quickly arrived on the scene and shot both individuals. They died. The two bodies were loaded into a salvage vehicle, which quickly drove away. Only dust was left in its wake. The onlookers dispersed without a second glance. They were unfazed by the incident, and the intersection swiftly returned to its usual hustle and bustle as if nothing happened. Attacks like this occurred in the city every day. I'm so close to the target. Why haven't I seen anyone yet? I let out a sigh as I followed the blinking red dot on my tracker into a narrow alley, searching for the predator I had yet to meet. In the dim light, I saw him standing before an old vending machine, seemingly staring at the items inside. It's him! The predator's hearing was good. Too good, in fact. Before I could even get close, he whipped his head around to face me.
Got any spare change?
What? I couldn't let my guard down. I reached for the reinforced handcuffs attached to my waist, but my hand grabbed nothing. He raised his hand and waved the handcuffs he swiped right under my nose, his expression a mix of surprise.
Oh, your eyes are working. You must be mute then. Has the LCBI lowered its standards?
Oh, look how sassy he is. Oh, I love Raphael so much. He's so sassy. I miss Dez. He should be gooning with us. You know how Dez is during these streams.
If you don't have any money, forget I even asked.
Look, it's not my fault Zane fucked me deaf, alright? You're gonna have to deal with it, Raphael. But he's just messing with me. Do they sell these shirts on Ain't no way. As he turned to leave, I lunged forward and grabbed the chain around his neck. Stop right there. What flavor do you want?
Honey, do...
The item slid out of the vending machine, and I handed Raphael the honeydew flavored yogurt drink. Finally, I had a chance to observe the predator standing before me. The fate of this city didn't rest in my hands, but letting a dangerous predator like him run around would definitely destroy my already limited career prospects.
If you're going home, you might want to take the long way round.
It is great, I agree. Is Raph's barcode also for bagels? Probably not. It's probably for balloon animals. Raphael tore the straw's packaging with his teeth, and his gaze drifted to the pitch black end of the alley.
You smell it?
Smell what?
Blood. A blood donation van on North Cloudwater Road got into a pileup. It's only 2 blocks away from here.
He spoke cheerfully, but there was a playful look in his eyes.
During the day, the predators suppress their instincts and blend in with the crowd. But at night, that's when they come out to feed. I bet those predators are starving after catching a whiff of blood.
He says he farted. Ain't no way you said that. As if on cue, the unmistakable sound of flesh being torn apart resounded behind a mountain of garbage.
It looks like we're out of time.
A nauseating stench permeated the air as shadowy figures emerged from the abandoned buildings. They converged onto the street. The group grew in number. They entered the narrow alley like a swarm of ants. Ants? You are trying to describe a threatening situation and you chose to use ants? Okay. Sure. Rafayel flicked his wrist and tossed the yogurt container into a nearby trash can, and then politely waved goodbye.
Farewell, walking buffet.
Ain't no way! In the blink of an eye, he appeared on the roof of a nearby building. Smelling the scent of a living creature, the lower-class predators moved faster. They were heading toward my position. I gritted my teeth. As I held the gun in my hand, 6 bullets wouldn't be enough for me to fight my way out when there were this many predators. Walking buffet? I wish he'd take a plate, girl. If I wanted to make it out alive, I needed that combat-ready predator to help me. 5 yogurt drinks, any flavor you want. In the dim glow of the streetlight, his ears twitched ever so slightly. Then he turned to me.
Are you trying to bribe me?
He appeared on a car roof and leaned down. Smirking, he held out his hand.
50 bottles.
50? 10.
30.
No! 20.
Death's knocking at your door and you're still trying to bargain?
Hey, you're the one who wants the yogurt. Think about it. If I die here, you won't find another enforcer who's willing to meet your demands. Sorry. My gun clicked. I ran out of bullets. A predator took this chance to lunge at me, but they were kicked away at the last second. Rafayel placed himself between me and the looming threats. Thud. He slammed a trash can against the predator's head. What is this? Rafayel with the trash can! Was he a wrestler? He wrestling.
20 drinks and extra free time outside every day.
Deal.
Damn it! I'm an S-class predator! Are you even treating this seriously?
Go, Rafayel. What is this, a Pokemon? What is this, a Pokemon situation? What's happening here, girl? As soon as the words left my mouth, flames rained down, carried by the night wind. They devoured the predator's horde. Rafayel, I choose you! Dark figures crumbled as towering flames engulfed them. The air was filled with the never-ending chorus of screams.
Where did this monster come from?
The screaming and waves of approaching predators disappeared as they were consumed by the crackling flames. Pika, bitch! A biatch! I raised my head. An unsettling quietness fell over the street. It was too much reading in one day, girls. It was as if everything was business as usual. The only sound I heard was the soft clink of swinging shackles. He stopped in front of me and purposefully reached for the badge hanging on my chest.
LCBI Operations, Sector 1, Special Enforcer.
I love his eyes.
It's time for you to keep your promise. Scratch that. You'll be my dear supervisor.
Rafayel was shrouded in mystery. If he could escape at any time, then why did he choose to stay at the LCBI? And why did he obediently follow me back after that day? Winona was curious about this. In her words, the conflict between ordinary people and the predators will inevitably escalate. Before effective weapons or a cure for the predator virus can be developed, my conciliatory approach might be successful. Girl. Enfold. Here, let me just get here. We're horny. Okay? I'm not smart. You need to stop. Respectfully. Respectfully. Girl, every memory gives us a new word for you. I know! You said it right. Well, thank God I did. It took me half an hour. It took me half an hour to say it. Okay. I got it. And as the only enforcer who survived living with a predator for 30 days, I became a valuable research subject. After a month of coexistence, I thought I found a way to balance the power dynamic in our relationship. The most important element was... One month later.
Did you get it?
Look at where his barcode is. Zane's barcode was under his tit. Raphael's barcode is in his hip. It's not worth hitting if he doesn't make you reach for the dictionary. Y'all need to stop. Raphael's eager gaze landed on the shopping bag in my hand. Should be lower. I agree. They ran out of honeydew ones, so I got coconut instead. Do you want to try it? His expression faltered, but he still took the straw and poked it into each yogurt drink in succession like before. Sigh, I can't tell if he's hard to please or easy to please. In the testing arena, the second weapon trial concluded earlier than expected. The battle barely lasted 10 minutes before the new combat robots were reduced to nothing more than scrap metal. In stark contrast to Raphael's composure, the observers and experts responsible for recording the data were quiet.
These predators are nothing but monsters. They should all be exterminated.
Raphael ignored the outburst. He lazily stretched on the spot and walked towards me as I stood in a corner.
Let's go.
I wasn't sure when it started, but coming to me first after finishing the trials became a habit of his. Raph's barcode leads to a microwavable possible. I actually kind of like this outfit on him, though. To gather more observation data, the LCBI didn't place any restrictions on Raphael's movements. Since I was worried he might cause more trouble, I had to keep a closer eye on him. I cleared out the storage room in my apartment and set up a small bed to serve as his temporary living space. Having returned home, Raphael sat cross-legged on the sofa and changed the TV channel. It was past midnight, and the late-night program aired a classic romantic movie. If he had been more enthusiastic, that 60-year-old researcher would have had a heart attack.
But when his wig flew off, everyone was entertained, yeah.
Not his wig! Ain't no way Raphael snatched that person's wig, girl! He tossed the empty yogurt bottle into the trash can.
By the way, does this yogurt drink really cost you a day's worth of your salary? You're not lying to me, right?
I nervously chewed on my straw and guiltily averted my gaze. Yeah, it's expensive. The economy isn't great right now. The housing market crashed, deflation. Even the mayor's cat has settled for less. I said major. I need to go to bed. I still gotta get through Silas's card. Ain't no way. If it weren't for my boundless compassion, could anyone afford to cater to your delicate palate?
Are you sure it's not because you're poor?
Raphael! Oh my god! You don't have to read me like this. Get out of here. Not him reading me to filth. He innocently asked the question without a hint of malice. I can only respond through gritted teeth. Why don't you earn some money and help out then? The genuine confusion and bewilderment in his eyes made it impossible for me to stay annoyed. It was hard to believe that he used to be an opera singer. Hugging a cushion, I scooted a little closer to him. Raphael, do you remember what you were like when you used to sing?
Nope.
Have you ever wondered if the person you are right now might not be your true self?
You seem to be curious about me. Very curious. What about you, though? You're in a rut. Have you ever stopped to think about what you really want? Do you want me to help you kill them?
Huh? Where is this coming from? He met my gaze. The corners of his eyes appeared sharp in the dim lighting. Who are you talking about?
Those useless higher-ups at your LCBI. Don't you want to do it? Or are you too much of a scaredy cat?
Damn, he plotting, girls. He's plotting. Raphael suddenly leaned in, and he rested his right hand next to me. What is happening? Do I hold it? What do I do? What do I do?
They ignore your well-being and force you to watch over a predator who can end your life at any moment.
Pinch his cheeks. Kiss him. I'll pinch his cheeks and kiss him. I mean, he's got a point here, right?
Yet they turn a blind eye to what you truly want.
He's got a point.
It's something even a child could understand. You should at least know that.
He lowered his gaze, then smiled.
Scared of me now?
No.
Are you thinking that a predator's tendency to destroy and kill overpowers their emotions, so you shouldn't let your guard down?
His fingertips glide across my back as I tried to get up. The restraint on my wrist loosened. Girl, what? He pulled his hand back and waved something in front of my eyes. It's the remote.
Can I change the channel?
I hate him so much sometimes. He does this all the time. You little poop. Fuming, I snatched the remote from him and turned the TV off before he could protest. It's almost morning. Go to bed.
Okay. Sure.
Oh. I woke up in a cold sweat. I had a nightmare where Raphael tore me apart and ate my flesh. Okay, girl, what the fuck? What? Girl, what? Go get some yogurt. I pushed open the door to the side bedroom. The bed was empty. Even the blanket lost all its warmth. Did he run away? I scanned my surroundings. The front door was still locked from the inside, and all the windows and doors in the bedroom and living room were intact.
Let me go!
The sound was coming from the balcony. I expected the worst as I rushed through the living room. I yanked the glass door open. In daylight's embrace, Raphael stood on the window frame. Carrying a struggling, burly man over his left shoulder, he lowered him to the floor.
Let me go! Damn it!
Bodies covered the tiles. Predators were stacked on top of one another, and their hands were bound behind their backs. Their wails filled the air as if they were in constant state of agony. I recognized several of them. They were notorious criminals from many wanted posters. They always managed to escape the authorities, however. Is Raphael Batman? Like, what's happening here? Raphael pulled out a calculator. His fingers flew over the keys before he held it up to me. I saw a string of numbers on its display.
3 B class, 4 A class, and 1 S class. All of them are predators with criminal records. The LCBI wants them arrested too.
Wait,
This
is
the
he?
total of their bounties. Is that enough to cover our living expenses for a month?
Ain't no way! He said, "Oh, bet I'll get this job. I'll bring home this bread. Watch." He did this to earn monies. The neighbor who was watering flowers on the adjacent balcony overheard the commotion and looked at us.
Ah! Oh no! There are predators everywhere!
For justice. He would be really dramatic about it. As Raphael embraced his predatory nature and started making some money, the third weapon trial arrived as scheduled. I heard the robots were upgraded with an improved automatic defense system this time. Their shooting capabilities had been enhanced as well. The plan was to have the trial last longer than the previous ones. Fortunately, at the 30-minute mark, Raphael managed to twist off the head of the third robot and toss it into the equipment salvage area.
How did he manage to pull that off?
They're trying to kill him. They're trying to kill him.
70% of Unit 1 has been compromised. Unit 3 and Unit 4 are in an even worse state. 90% of their integrity has been destroyed.
A somber moon engulfed the observation room, yet I couldn't help but feel relieved. As Raphael emerged from the testing arena, everyone's gazes were on him. The fear and disgust were apparent. He ignored their scrutinizing looks and walked towards me as usual, but his brow furrowed when he took my hand. He seemed to be concerned.
Why are you sweating so much? Your hands are cold, too.
Unable to offer him an explanation, I shook my head. For a moment, I almost thought he wouldn't make it out alive. It's nothing. You did great today, and I prepared a reward for you.
You're treating me like some kind of pet. Huh.
It was a light-hearted remark, but he tightened his grip on my hand. Ain't no way we're gonna go see the opera? Let's go. I mean, he did give us a lot of monies. It was dusk when we arrived at the entrance of the White Whale Theater. Posters for Siren Song were plastered everywhere. During the short walk from the entrance to our seats, countless people turned their heads to catch a glimpse of him. The sound of steady breathing was next to me. We were barely 10 minutes into the performance. Why do they gotta do this to me? Thank you for the follow. Why they gotta do this to me? Get out of here. The breathing. Unable to bear it any longer, I gently kicked his ankle. Raphael slightly swayed his head before it fell onto my shoulder. He's asleep. There ain't no way. I can't believe your artistic sensibilities were thoroughly eroded. I had originally planned to take him back to relive the familiar performance, hoping to learn more about his past. I let out a silent sigh. People began to leave. As we made our way to the exit, he rubbed his eyes and tossed a crumpled program brochure into a nearby trash bin.
The lead opera singer was terrible. 5 notes were off key in a single line. Also, that final high note was more like a shout.
His words instantly drew a flurry of hostile glares from those around us. Embarrassed, I lowered my head and tried to hurry him toward the exit, but a well-dressed, middle-aged man stopped us.
Excuse me. I'm the opera manager. Could I talk to you two in private?
Oh, thanks a lot. You literally got me in trouble. Is there something we can help you with?
My apologies for the sudden intrusion. You see,
I think he was recognized. The opera manager wasted no time in explaining why he approached us. The terrible lead opera singer Rafayel had criticized was injured recently. Moreover, an important performance was scheduled in a month. All of Lincoln's VIPs would be attending. Well, he is going to sing it. Raphael's build and appearance closely resembled the masked protagonist on the opera's poster. Consequently, the opera manager hoped he would be an understudy for the role.
come to think of it, your friend here bears a striking resemblance to that famous opera singer from several years ago.
Which one?
You know, Raphael. Haven't you heard of him?
You're right. This isn't the first time someone made that comparison. There he is in his opera outfit. Raphael emerged from the fitting room. He wore an expensive formal outfit. The suit boasted a snow-white lining with a perfectly tailored jacket. Intricate embroidery and beads adorn the collar.
It's a bit tight around the neck.
Is it? I can help with that. I stepped closer and loosened his collar. What about now? Raphael gave me a thumbs up. Upon seeing him, the opera manager's eyes sparkled with excitement.
Excellent! Excellent! I knew I was right about you. You're the understudy we've been looking for.
An opportunity to make money fell right into our laps. Of course, I refused to let it slip away. Not to mention, I was curious to see how Raphael, who didn't remember anything about his past, would interpret a role that might be tied to his own history. Raphael, here's our chance to make some money.
Huh?
He's from the Southern District. He doesn't have an official ID for this area, so we need to keep things off the record.
I see. Well, since he'll be an understudy, we don't expect him to actually sing. In terms of payment.
He can sing.
Hmm?
Wait, what? Man. 5 minutes later, using the sheet music, Raphael finished performing a segment from Siren Song. Already a crowd of onlookers gathered at the dressing room door. Hi, Kelp. How are you, my love? Ooh, he put his mask on! Worried that his identity might be exposed, I grabbed a mask from the makeup table and put it on his face. How you doing, Kelp?
Why do I have to wear this?
I know I love Raphael. How have you been, girl? Your streams have been popping off, Heaney. I've been lurking in your streams. I've been lurking. Don't move. In many stories, the protagonist often wears a mask when he kills people. His enemies only caught a glimpse of his face in their final moments. Raphael, however, only responded with confusion. He rubbed his chin against my palm. It tickles. Only then did I realize that his past was bright and full of hope. It was a masterpiece crafted by a painter or a singer who poured every ounce of passion into their life's work.
Hey, snap out of it. We're about to sign the contract.
I'm good.
Make
Busy,
sure you
busy,
check the
busy.
payment and clauses later.
We're gonna get paid, don't you worry. Of course. I always try to make it. I don't always talk. I haven't spoken in a while, but I'll be sure to try and speak. I just, I'm supportive. Don't you do it. Why are you looking at me like that? Raphael walked over and took my hand. My heart suddenly started racing before I knew it.
I want her as my assistant, and she gets her own salary. Add that to the contract we talked about.
Ooh! We get paid too here, girls. He making sure a girl get paid. I don't know if it is Mantle. It's just Siren Song. After the meeting ended, Winona stopped me at the door of the conference room. She gave me the morning newspaper. Health Department director found dead in private residence's underground parking garage last night, suspected to be a victim of a predator attack. Renowned philanthropist found in the basement with his hands tied behind his back. Body covered in fluorescent spray paint that spells out the word shame. Riots caused by the predators became more and more frequent. A cloud of unease hung over the city. Citizens continued to take to the streets and demanded the authorities implement laws to control or even exterminate the predators.
The higher-ups secured a large amount of funding. They say it's from Ever, and it's to be used for developing weapons against the predators.
Hey, Finfin! How are you, girl? I know you're busy. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Oh, my cat's in here again, girls. The higher-ups secured a large amount of funding. They say it's from Ever, and it's to be used for developing weapons against the predators.
Do you realize what this means?
Holding several documents, Winona sighed and patted my shoulder.
Your predator pet will have a short life.
There is no way they're calling him a pet. This is kind of reminiscent of his myth, right? Because he's a Lumerian, and they're basically like slaves if they're caught. This is kind of like that. Like, I got the myth sense from Zane's too. Zane's myth kind of gave that as well in his memory. Sorry, my cat's in here. She play with her toys. Yeah, fuck off, Winona, you poop. Winona was right. To regain the public's trust and quell the anger, the authorities must announce a solution for dealing with the predators. That made Rafayel, an obedient SSS-class predator, the perfect target. I'd kill for your cat. I'd die for your cat. You hear that, Yumi? Yeah? Come here. Come here, sweetheart. Come on. Come here, baby. Oh. Say hi. Maybe I need a cat cam. Ow. Ow. Not you biting me. Stop it. I don't even know if she would sit. My cat's not like Finfin's cat, Moo. She's gray. She's a solid gray cat. I think I have pictures of her in Discord, in the pet photos. Mulling over my anxious thoughts, I arrived at the testing arena. Rafayel leaned against the doorway. Emerging from the shadows, his figure was softly illuminated by the corridor's motion sensor lights. She's a calico, though. Girl, this cat is crazy. Aren't you? You little poop. Have you been waiting long?
Not really.
That meant he just finished. The trial must have lasted longer than usual this time. I touched the faint bruise at the corner of his mouth. Words formed and perished on my lips. We're gonna run away together. Let's run away. The tensions between the predators and ordinary citizens that continued to build finally erupted into large-scale protests on Saturday. Protesters demanded that the authorities take action against the predators within the population and implement strict laws. Riots were almost an everyday occurrence. For safety reasons, many roads were barricaded and guarded by armed personnel. Yet, beneath the security cordon, the prime viewing spot along the Thur River still hosts a magnificent floating stage, constructed right on schedule. Siren's Song, produced by the White Whale Theatrical Troupe, was set to begin at 7 p.m. Ain't no way she was climbing on your partner's head. Raphael, are you nervous? I looked up only to be momentarily stunned by his eye-catching reflection in the mirror. The makeup artist adjusted Raphael's cuffs. Unable to move, he lifted his head to meet my gaze.
Why would I be? Didn't you say you wanted to hear me sing?
The exclusive Riverside seats welcomed their distinguished guests when there were only a minute left before the curtains rose. The city's elites were always fashionably late if it meant they could make a grand entrance. The spotlights above the circular stands dimmed one by one. The sunset's golden rays danced across the river's surface. As twilight dyed the sky, the performance began. A barge emerged from the ethereal night mist. Shadowy figures slowly materialized from the darkness. The voice was unlike anything the audience heard, yet no one understood why it sounded different. The more intently they listened, the more elusive the voice became. As the performance reached a climax, photographers forgot to press their shutter buttons. Critics' pens fell silent, and even the elite stopped their lofty discussions. Years later, I would still firmly believe that in those few moments, everyone at the performance thought of one thing. This would be a night celebrated and remembered for generations to come. What are you doing? After the show, rain fell. Sorry, I got the laser pointer. Messing with the cat. She just wants to play. You just want to play. Yeah. Silly. Silly baby. After the show, rain fell. The luxury cars parked along the street drove away one at a time. With an umbrella, I rushed to the temporary waiting room on the roadside as soon as the opera ended. Raphael emerged from it alone. His unruly hair was damp from the rain. His thin, loose pants clung to his legs, and his embroidered suit looked as if it was drenched. It appeared stuck to his body.
What were they screeching about at the end? All that noise made my head hurt.
They were giving you a round of applause. After a performance, everyone cheers for you. How can you not even remember that? I wasn't sure why I felt the need to explain. Looking down, I noticed how soaked his shoes were. Never mind. Let's get out of here. Raphael patted his pocket before opening his hand. In his palm lay several opulent rings.
The lead opera singer gave them to me. He said I did an okay job as his substitute. I also embodied his style. Sort of, anyway. I only asked, "Who are you again?" Then he stormed off and slammed the door behind him. He has no manners.
Oh, you can't help that you don't remember. After Raphael's supposed death, imitators popped up like no tomorrow. This actor was one of them. In fact, he was the most convincing copycat of the group. They said he had performances at home and abroad. Honey, it's not there, baby girl. If these rings were from this rising star, they were probably valuable. The cheers and applause you heard were for you. The people in the audience didn't show up for anyone else. They wanted to see you. You're not anyone's substitute, Raphael. You're the one they admire and aspire to be.
So, you want him?
As I collected my thoughts, I smiled at him and waved.
You want 10? I don't have that many.
I wasn't implying that at all. I opened my mouth to explain myself, but I changed my mind. Amidst the array of dazzling jewels, I pointed to the most understated one. It was the ring he put on before the performance. I want the one you're wearing on my ring finger. What? Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. She didn't say that. She didn't say that. He gently took my hand. His skin brushed against mine as he slid the simple band over my finger. You wanted to give me a ring? Is it because you like it?
It's valuable. I thought you might like it since it's worth a lot.
Thank you. A bunch of theater managers mistook me for your agent. They asked for your contact.
Did you tell them I bite? And how painful my bites are? They might even die from it.
Pfft. Ain't no way! The rain stopped, and the air along the riverbank was infused with the fresh scent of wet grass.
Do you want me to go with them?
Why are you cooperating with the LCBI? Unexpectedly, we blurted out our questions at the same time. With your skills, it wouldn't be hard to overpower a few enforcers, hijack a patrol car, and drive on Lincoln 24 to reach the Southern District. Since they planted a control device in you, I can help you find a way to deal with it. Raphael stopped in his tracks. When he spoke, his words lacked any warmth. They were as cold as lingering raindrops on my skin.
Have you ever seen how the predators feed? They use their claws to make an incision along their prey's spine, then tear it apart. The predators start eating the internal organs before moving on to the muscles and flesh on your bones. They're no different from hyenas. Dismembered limbs everywhere. I don't like it.
Do you like being with us then? Well, I guess the answer is no. In the end, the predators and ordinary people were fundamentally different. Yet, with his primal instincts and innate nature, he either failed to recognize these differences or choose to disregard them. Sounds like it. What happened? Raphael's gaze returned to me.
Your eyes. Am I no different from the other predators? Forget it.
Aww. Before I could respond, he abruptly... It's so dramatic. He abruptly turned away. His irritation was palpable. He walked to the edge of the bridge, his eyes fixed on the river's inky depths.
You blind...
A patrol car sped past us on the wet road. A bottle flew out of its lowered window. In an instant, Raphael shielded me with his body.
Why are you hiding? Hick, who said you two could sneak off and...
Before I could even register what was happening, the patrol car skidded and careened toward the left guardrail. The unconscious driver was slumped over the deployed airbag. The man in the passenger seat instantly sobered up from shock. When Raphael dragged him out of the car, he frantically clawed at Raphael's hands and begged for mercy.
As you can see, snapping their necks and tossing them over the bridge would be easy. I wouldn't hesitate to do it. I won't show a sliver of mercy either. But you tell me I shouldn't. You always sympathize with these so-called companions.
He pinned the man to the ground and used a torn seatbelt to bind his hands behind his back. He unceremoniously tossed him into the truck.
This is the real difference between us.
The searchlight on top of the bridge swept across his face. The harsh glare danced across his features.
Cutie.
Oh, he called me cutie! He suddenly said my name. I like when he calls me cutie.
Even after learning all that, will you still let me come home with you?
Oh, yeah. Bet. All right, we got to run ads. I'm going to take a 3-minute break. So I will be right back. Okie dokie. Ugly and rude? Ain't no way. I think it's because he's smaller. Girls. I finally reached the LCBI building. I pushed through the sea of protesters and strikers that filled the streets. Huh? Why is it pending? Hello? Oh. Ain't no way. I forgot I paused it. The corridors were filled with staff who had phones between their shoulders and ears. They hurried from place to place. The 7th provision aimed to control the predators had entered the drafting stage. Everything seemed to be moving in a direction that promised to breathe new life into the city. Myth and Sunbenders are pretty smutty. Don't know the word for like revealing. Man, I don't know if we'll ever recover from Zane's card. I'm just gonna be for real with you right now. The 4th trial commenced as scheduled.
We set everything at the highest possible level. It's about time we made this predator suffer. Are you ready?
Why are you making Rafayel suffer? Like, he has been working with you guys. Like, he could have killed y'all a long time ago, I'm just saying.
It worked! Look at the predator. It's never been beaten this badly before.
Oh, hell no. It lasted 94 minutes and 5 seconds. It was 3 times longer than the trial before.
I was hoping that predator would die today.
Alright, researcher A is on the list. Write it down, girls.
If we're going to watch it die, we might as well broadcast it, so the entire city can watch.
Alright,
Then
put B on there
everyone
too.
can see we developed a weapon to use against the predators.
Ooh, that sounds good, Beeps.
We owe it to that brand new energy vein they discovered underground in the Southern District. The Protocore thing.
Yeah, I heard Ever is already preparing to start their mining operations.
No wonder the investment got approved just like that. They're probably planning to clean out all the predators in that area before proceeding with the energy extraction.
Their conversation abruptly stopped. Down the seemingly endless corridor, a crowd surrounded a middle-aged man as he left. I couldn't make out his face, but I heard he was trusted confidant of Ever's shadow director. As soon as the crowd dispersed, I swiftly made my way to the testing area. I reached for the door handle. It's alright, Cucumber. Oh shit. Raph, he collapsed into my arms as if his soul was sucked out of his body. Open wounds were visible between his fingers, and some still oozed blood. Raphael tapped my forehead as if his injuries weren't concerning in the slightest.
Something's been bothering you all day. What's wrong?
You're asking me what's wrong? I was afraid you were going to die. He didn't take my hand this time. He was probably worried his blood would get on it.
Why? People die every day.
It's not easy to explain. Just try to prioritize your well-being next time. If it's too much for you, just fake it so the trial ends early, got it?
You're weird. But okay.
As the combat program system evolved, the chances of Raphael dying in the next experiment or the one after increased. A plan formed in my mind. I was going to help him escape. I couldn't explain why I was doing it, I just knew I refused to stand back and watch him fade away. But if I let him leave, the authorities will do everything in their power to bring him back. The safest option is to make everyone believe he's dead. We're gonna fake his death, girls. After extensive inquiries, I obtained information from undercover contacts about several S-Class Predator fugitives. The dilapidated building before me, teetering on the riverbank, served as their hideout.
Wouldn't it be faster to just charge in and dump them at the LCBI's doorstep?
Oh no, Bunny, that sucks. They need to add that feature, to be honest with you. If it were that easy, we would always be buried in work. If you don't want the entire city hunting you down, follow me.
Fine. I'll pretend I'm slowly approaching them, before acting like I can't handle them. I'll wait for you to bring in the enforcers. Once you surround us, I'll make my escape.
Anguish choked my heart, but I forced myself to smile and nod. Raphael glanced at me, then he turned away inside.
I'll be waiting. Don't leave me hanging for too long.
He does have some milkers. His figure quickly vanished behind the dilapidated building. Everything was ready. I grabbed my comms device and contacted my colleagues at the LCBI. I spotted 3 predators at the intersection of the city's north and west sectors. All of them are confirmed S-Class criminals on our list. 2 of them are also the prime suspects in the recent bombing incident. The mention of the potentially high-profile arrest immediately perked up the team on the other end.
Understood. We'll immediately request the tactical unit to be deployed to your location. Keep the comms channel open for updates.
Our goal here is to round up all these predators. As soon as a large group of enforcers arrived, the predators' criminals quickly sensed something was off. When my comms device buzzed, I answered the call with unwavering composure. As expected, I was greeted by a less than friendly voice.
Call off your people now! Otherwise, your lapdog dies!
Go ahead, then. Do it. I've been wanting to get rid of him for a while now, anyway.
We were all humans once. You think I don't see through your act? Just as I thought. You never saw us as humans. You can't even save your obedient lapdog. But you have the audacity to claim you'll save the whole city. Hey! Say something to your master! Let her hear!
I didn't know what was going on over there, but I knew Raphael hadn't said a single word. In the midst of complete silence, a familiar voice reached my ears.
You left me. Is it because you hate me?
No! No! Yes.
Should I stay here?
Yes.
Okay.
No, you didn't. My comms device vibrated twice in my pocket. It was quiet and unmistakable, and I knew what it meant. All I had to do was give the signal.
The target has been surrounded, Enforcer. When should we move?
You haven't missed it yet. The building was rigged with explosives. Taking care of these predators wouldn't be a challenge. Not to mention, my true motive will be revealed if this continues to drag on, and Raphael would return to the LCBI while a more qualified enforcer replaced me. There was no time to lose. I opened all comm channels. More people needed to witness his death in this accident. Attention all units. The building before you has 2 prime suspects behind the recent Magnolia Square bombing. The year is almost over, and Operation Sector 1 has been behind on arrests. It's time we changed that and earned ourselves some points. Cheers erupted across all channels, but one voice.
What? Have you lost your mind? The Predator is still in there! You can't just...
I cut off Winona's transmission and issued the command without any hesitation. Do it. The explosion roared to life. The three-story building crumbled along with its support columns. Flames away at the walls and peeled them away like paper. Chunks of debris plummeted into the river behind us and sent massive waves crashing against the shore. But I knew Rafayel would find a way out using his skills. My heart was steeped in anticipation and dread as it raced. I ran to the riverbank. In the darkness, I found what I hoped to see, a pair of eyes shining with the river. He waited. Maybe he wanted to hear me say his name one more time, but I remained silent. He gave me one last look before slipping below the water's surface. He vanished without looking back. That night, I had a dream. Rafayel had transformed into a fish and swam to a distant shore that stretched into the distance. His fins morphed into legs, and he stepped into a beautiful, breathtaking land. Instead of singing, he picked up a paintbrush. Effortlessly, he filled a canvas with intricate patterns of light. His hands were as elegant as ever. Even if he'll never sing again, I was sure he'd be a wonderful artist. 1 year later. Okay, this is a year after. The winter sky has darkened. Only the LCBI's towering building is ablaze with light. Inside, staff from various departments works well into the night.
Did you see the news report 10 minutes ago? Get here pronto. We have an emergency. Who else could it be? Flow and Fire just emailed their next hit list to the mayor's inbox. They're treating the transportation department's archives like their own personal playground.
That's Rafayel.
Just come in. If anything, do it for Lincoln. You know Ever's protocore mining operations have already...
I know. A year passed since then. I hadn't seen Rafayel since. He vanished without a trace. There were rumors of someone who looked like him among the predators in the underground world, but these sightings were fleeting at best. I was working tirelessly to improve my position in the LCBI. I needed to find Rafayel and see how he was doing, if he was still alive, but every lead turned into a dead end. Meanwhile, a symbol continued to appear at various crime scenes, a black flame. It was a call sign of Flow and Fire, a predator organization that recently appeared. All their members were from the impoverished Southern District. An hour later, the bureau chief stormed into LCBI's conference room. His face barely masked his indignation.
Those damned predators knew about our plan and deployment beforehand.
Before the meeting, Winona told me about a certain rumor. The higher-ups apparently agreed to a large-scale collaboration with Ever. Whether the true objective was to exterminate the predators or secure the protocore veins, no one was certain. I regret to report that Flow and Fire has intimate knowledge about our every move, yet we remain in the dark about their operations. The only concrete information we have at the moment is their leader, Tamino, being an extremely dangerous SSS-class predator. He managed to bring even the most dangerous predators to heel. These were individuals who decapitated their allies for sport. In addition, they were carrying out a series of meticulously planned operations. They treated the mansions of Lincoln's elite as their personal playground for criminal activities. Tamino's whereabouts are unknown. No one has seen him to this day. A heavy silence hung over the room as I delivered my report. The bureau chief's expression grew increasingly grim with every word.
The 7th provision of the Predator Management Act is about to go into effect. We cannot allow them to interfere. Operation Sector 1 will handle this. You must arrest him and bring him to justice before then.
Yes, Chief. I almost said yes, Chef. Ain't no way. In one of the Southern District's abandoned buildings, the data broker stood with his trench coat collar turned up. We exchanged glances.
Same as always. You know the price.
He discreetly signaled a number with his fingers. Although it wasn't cheap, it was reasonable.
By the way, why are you interested in Tamino? Are you serious about arresting him? Let me give you some advice. Quit your job as an enforcer while you still can. When the predators finally take over the city, the enforcers will be the first one they go after.
I appreciate your concern, and from now on, if you find any leads related to Flow and Fire, contact me immediately. Darkness enshrouded the winter sky. As I approached my car, I noticed how my shadow moved more quickly. I reached for the car door while turning around to shoot behind me, but before I could react, a dark figure dropped down from above. I fell to the ground, and a dull ache radiated from my forehead.
Ha! What did I tell you? It's an enforcer.
Killing her would be too kind. You have no idea what those LCBI bastards are capable of.
A scorching gust cut through the evening air. Flames erupted and consumed the two figures in my periphery. When they died out, a shadowy figure emerged from the darkness. He slowly advanced toward me.
LCBI operations, Sector 1, Special Enforcer.
Hearing that familiar voice, I looked up in disbelief. I saw a face I hadn't seen in a long, long time. Yeah, we've been playing this for 7 hours. And we still got one more card to go. How you doing, Defaults?
They say you're looking for a predator named Tamino.
You got Zane? Let's go! Congratulations.
He's a notorious criminal who's capable of committing any evil deed. A regular face on your internal lists, so they say.
Raphael caressed my hand, but his fingers suddenly froze when they brushed against the ring on my ring finger. We're still wearing the ring.
What? You don't recognize me anymore?
We still have our ring on. Oh, we're in here, girl. Raphael brings me Flow and Fire's underground base. The predator encircled me, and their excited whistles pierced the air.
Let's skin her and hang her corpse by the door of the LCBI's building by dawn. We'll show those enforcers what happens to the people who oppose us.
Defaults, it's fashion. It's fashion, okay?
Why don't we just eat her? It's been ages since we had a proper meal.
Everyone out. Now.
The room falls silent. No one dares to defy his command.
Focus.
I look up and realize we're alone in the warehouse. Raphael lifts my chin with the tip of his dagger, so I'm forced to meet his gaze.
You're capable and not stupid. But you still manage to get caught by the predators. If all enforcers are like you, Lincoln's future is pretty bleak.
Meowdy! Get shit on. Defaults. Don't let me forget I gotta make Luna a mod again. Get shit on, Defaults. My silence seemed to irk him. He changed his approach.
For 3 months, you had people dig up info about Flow and Fire and me. How did that go? Did you find anything interesting?
So the Thorn and Evers and the LCBI side was really you. Did you bring me here to kill me then?
Kill you? No. I'm more curious about what it's like to keep someone as a pet.
Huh? You want to keep us as a pet, girl? Let's go.
When I feel like it, I'll give you some attention. If I lose interest, I'll toss you aside. That way, I can watch you beg and call me master.
What? What? Ain't no way. I can't. There ain't no way. There ain't no way.
Doesn't it sound fun? It's like taming a wild animal.
Ain't no way you're throwing shit at me and making me ball. Get out of here. The tension between us is taut like an invisible bowstring. It's pulled and pulled until a buzz interrupts the stalemate. My phone. Oh no, someone from the LCBI is calling.
You want to call for help? Allow me.
The nuts knocked off your wig? No, you took it, you little poop. I think we should collectively take the kink test. I agree. Girl, I want this. I want this him. Before I can respond, Rafayel grabs my phone and answers it. He starts speaking without giving the caller a chance to talk.
Hey, I'm Tamino. Yeah, I'm the guy you're trying to arrest. I have your colleague. I know you can trace this call to find Flowenfire's base. But if you step into this area, she dies. So what do you plan to do?
The end of the line is quiet. Then they speak in a placating tone. They'll consider negotiating. But their real intentions are clear. The LCBI has no reason to give up this golden opportunity for an expendable enforcer like me. Before they can even negotiate, however, Rafayel ends the call.
You poor thing. Even your colleagues are ready to sacrifice you in the name of justice.
I'm at a loss for words. Thoughts surge to the tip of my tongue, only to be swallowed back. In the end, I shake my head. That's Leakon for you. Everyone only cares about themselves. It's the status quo. Rafayel, is this your way of getting back at me?
I'm not doing this all for the sake of revenge. I'm after bigger fish, the LCBI. You're just the bait to lure in those idiots so I can catch them in one go. Don't believe me?
Not him using his bait, girl. He don't act like that, girl. Get out of here. They discovered an underground vein of protocores and developed weapons powered by this energy source.
Do I look like I'm unaware of what's going on in the outside world?
Raphael's lips curl into a half smile as if he's mocking my good intentions.
Let them try. We'll see if their fancy bullets kill me before I rip out their throats.
The voice is getting to me, girls. There's nothing left for us to say to each other. I lower my gaze and wait for the death that could arrive at any moment.
Although, how does the third option sound? You can live, but only if you become a predator like me.
Aren't I immune now? I think I'm immune, girls. I think we've established that I'm immune to that.
That way, we'll be the same.
His last words are barely above a whisper. I mean, I'm not immune to that ass. I know, right? Certain I won't refuse, he quickly moves his head toward my neck. Girl, what in the fucking... You're wrong. I'm not here to save people, the predators, or this city. The only person I want to save is you. It's always been you. His fangs, mere centimeters away from my skin, pause upon hearing my words.
Do you honestly think I'll allow your lies to deceive me again?
Believe it or not, I never once thought about leaving you behind.
Then why won't you become another predator like me? Wouldn't it be easier? Those normal people you're around are stupid and selfish. They created the predators, and now they're playing the blame game and pretending to be heroes. Will anything good come out of siding with them? Join me. I'll turn this entire city into our paradise.
I mean, I'm for it, girl. That means I don't have to work. Let's go. I ain't working no more. Let's go. As if possessed, I closed my eyes. I almost believe that the future Rafayel speaks of, our future, could become a reality. Yet, before his fangs pierced my skin, the door suddenly burst open.
Freeze!
Dozens of guns were pointed at us. There's no way out.
Looks like your LCBI friends want us to die together. It's sort of romantic being star-crossed lovers.
Rafayel remains calm as if he anticipated this dangerous turn of events. But in spite of that, I can't shake off the fear that he might die here.
Let's do one last gamble. I bet you can't catch me.
As his words hang in the air, a wall of fire materializes. We're separated from everyone else. The scorching heat knocks everyone off their feet. By the time I come to my senses, Rafayel has disappeared. Ain't no way he's playing hide and seek with us, girl. Might not be bald anymore. What was it? Tomino. True identity is confirmed. He's Rafayel, who supposedly died during the previous arrest. As his former supervisor, I'm suspended from duty due to our ambiguous relationship. They say I'm recuperating. Flowing Fire issues a statement. They plan to give Lincoln a special gift on the day the 7th provision goes into effect. These events are the ones being the headlines talk about. They are featured on the front page of every major newspaper. Tucked away in a small corner of the morning paper is an unassuming announcement. Siren Song, once performed by the Serene River, will be screened tonight at the White Whale Theater. I pack up my office supplies. I plan to slip away under the cover of night.
I had a cat once. It ran away from home. I know how you feel.
I want to punch. Who's punching Winona with me? I'm about to fight a bitch. All right, I'm about to throw hands with this bitch. The voice behind me breaks the silence. It's Winona. Huh? She hands me a stack of confidential documents labeled "Cure for Predator Virus" and walks away. Her high heels click and clack against the floor. But the one I want to save, I don't care about humanity, the predators, or even the city. It's always been Rafayel. He's the only one who reached for my hand without any hesitation.
Oh, fire! Hey, man, Fudge? Fucker, fuckers, what the fuck?
The flares of conflict spread from the southern district to the city center. With unrest ready to explode like a powder keg, the authorities have imposed a 24-hour curfew. Even in broad daylight, the usually bustling streets are eerily deserted. In the dimly lit room, the screen flickers. It shows Rafayel slowly sinking into the water as he stands on the barge. I realize something. I never truly understood him. He's an opera singer, a predator in our reunion, the leader of Flowing Fire. But who is he really? Maybe I want more than a fleeting embrace. I yearn to witness his journey until the end of time. The theater's main door swings open. A backlit figure walks down the steps, its form sticking out like a sore thumb against the light. I turn to see who it is, and I'm not surprised. You knew I was here?
The LCBI HQ is nothing but rubble now. I didn't see you there. I guess you don't even appreciate the performance I meticulously created for you.
Damn, he burned down the whole HQ, girl. He navigates the narrow aisle and sits next to me. Now that Lincoln is your stage, do you really need me in the audience? His expression slowly hardens and a chill settles over his features.
Do you think I care what happens to this city?
His head is slightly lowered, and his face is like a canvas where light and shadow intertwine.
It's easy for me to get what other people desire. Always has been. But I never knew what I truly wanted for myself. When I figured it out, well, I have no intention of letting her go. I'll do whatever it takes to make her mine.
This is why we love Rafayel. Right here. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I'm going to say about that. Get out of here. No, Luna. Fuck your points. No. Let me have it. Let me have my moment. Stop it. Stop it. Let me have my moment. Put it back on. No. You can't make me. No! Am I a joke to you? Am I a joke? No, I'm not. You poop. You poop. God damn it, dude. Can't have nothing around here. Y'all are poop. I want it noted on the record that I did not abuse my mod powers on Luna while she was Get out of here. Quit head patting me, you bitch. A faint rumbling seeps through the walls. Outside, the predators howl like cornered beasts. I have no idea who will win. Yet, that doesn't matter to me.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
I'm a bad bitch.
I'm a bad bitch. I know what you're thinking. Hey! Stop, I'm trying to read. I know what you're thinking. Do you want to turn me into one of the predators? Alright then, go ahead. I throw my arms around him. Rafayel freezes for a moment before he hugs me back. Turn me into someone who's just like you. Then we'll always be together, right? I'm sick. You can't be mean to me. You were mean to me when I was sick. You were mean to me when I was sick. Ain't no way. I don't remember that banger. Get out of here. Did Luna catch something in the air? Don't you start. She's gonna ban your ass. His fangs graze the side of my neck before they sink into my skin. The bite is gentle. It's as if he's afraid of hurting me. Blood trickles down my neck, and it stains his lips in a dark crimson.
Do you want to leave this place?
He is not whispering to me right now, girls. Girls, 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 girls. I'm having a panic attack. There is no way Look at his face! Get out of here!
Let's start a new life in another city.
Girl, I'm about to pass out. Time seems to slow down, yet also pass in the blink of an eye. I touch the bite mark on my neck. I don't think I ever told you. Girl, get the fuck. What's the point of saying it now? What? Girl, what the fuck is the point of saying it now? I'm dying. But for the predators like you who have gone into a frenzy, my blood seems to have a soothing effect. As he falls to his knees, I cradle his face in my hands. Rafayel, I will never become like you, but I need you to trust me right now. In exchange, I'll give you true freedom. I know. Over the next month, the whirlwind of major events unfolded. The initiative against predators was declared a failure for the first time. However, on the day the 7th provision was to go into effect, Ever's past experiments were exposed. Everything was revealed on flyers that touched every nook and cranny of the city. While the source remains a mystery, the evidence itself is conclusive and irrefutable. Ever's experiments to artificially create the predators go as far back as 20 years ago. They even hid the cure so they could maintain control over the predators. Meanwhile, the LCBI made a public announcement. Flow and Fire was eliminated, and I was appointed as chief enforcer to oversee actions related to the predators. Are we going to cure him?
Let me tell you about what I saw that day. Flow and Fire's leader, Tamino or Tamabobo, I don't remember.
Hold on, I gotta listen to this again. Ain't no way!
Flow and Fire's leader, Tamino or Tamabobo, I don't remember, was kneeling in front of our best enforcer. She's our chief now.
Not the Tamabobo, dude. I streamed games. Okay, but like, what game? Oh, shit.
Yeah, she even said, the target and bounty are mine. Get your own. At least it was something like that.
She wouldn't even loosen her grip on the chain. Talk about being motivated. I never saw someone so determined to take credit.
Games. Get out of here, Miguel. He's been enjoying watching your playthrough, I bet. He's got to edit all these videos, so. Have fun, Miguel, you poop.
Quiet, everyone. Our new chief is here.
As soon as I enter the conference room, countless uncertain gazes land on me. I'd like to announce that we confirmed the death of Tamino, the leader of Flow and Fire. The body has been disposed of. We have made a significant milestone in our efforts against the predators. I'm also sure you heard the rumors. A series of measures against the predators will be slowly implemented, and Ever will be brought to trial for their actions. A wave of whispers ripples through the room. It quickly subsides. No one dares to voice any objections. Are there any questions? I meet every person's gaze as I scan the room. The silence remains. I ain't looking through this like 8 hours, you crazy. Yeah, we did timestamps, Miguel, so get shit on. Alright then, this includes our meeting. Yeah, you poop. Oh, we're at the abandoned Okay, we're at the abandoned lab, girl. I think it's about to happen. Dim lights cast long shadows along the empty corridors of an abandoned building. This is one of the many facilities that were exposed when Ever's crimes came to light. It's a research base, and its purpose was to conduct experiments on the predators. There's a commitment, or I'm sorry, there's. I've been reading for 7 hours. You got to give me a break. There's a containment cell on the B1 floor. It was used to confine uncooperative predators. As footsteps echo, a figure stirs behind the bars of the cell.
You liar.
All right, we're strapping it on. Yes, this is still Rafayel. You should have been more careful. All right, strap on.
What are you going to do? Will I become your lab rat? Your plaything? Or...
I switch on an abandoned surgical light from the operating table, and it illuminates Raphael's face. His gaze meets mine. Confusion and hatred are evident in his eyes. Ain't no way. One day he messages me. He's like, hey, can you pay me like right the fuck now, bitch? That's what he said to me one time. He said, you need to pay me right the fuck now. That... You always assume the worst of me. But when the LCBI raided Ever's underground lab, they found a few... Yeah, it was in this voice. I looked that woman straight in her soul and said, bitch. They found a few intriguing little gadgets. They say this spray can make a predator go into a frenzy. Should we test it out? Not waiting for him to respond, I press a nozzle. A fine mist touches the exposed skin of my wrist. The scent is barely noticeable to me, but how Raphael perceived it. Wait, what? I'm just reading. The scent is barely noticeable to me, but how will Raphael perceive it? Okay, I gotta lock in. By the way, the 7th provision will be put on hold for now. The authorities are working on a solution that satisfies the predators and the general population. Given all the factors at play here, wouldn't you agree this is the best outcome? I crouch down and reach between the cage's bars to stroke his head. The faint scent of my wrist wafts around him. Wafts, not wafts. God damn. Oh dear. Did I say I crouched down? Did I say that? Did I really say that? Fuck me, dude. Look! Get out of here! I have been reading for 7.5 hours. Alright? You need to stop. You need to stop. I'm doing my best. His blushing ears. Yeah, you're right. New policies will be implemented, and the bridge spanning the river will serve as a new boundary. The predators will be free to establish their own community. Everyone will live separately without interfering in each other's affairs.
I never saw you as an idealist. Even if ever is no more. There are others.
I had to take my glasses off. That's irrelevant. From the very beginning, you're the only one I wanted to whisk away. Raphael's skin becomes hot to touch. A feverish heat engulfs him, and the muzzle strapped to his face snaps. I notice a hint of emotions I've never seen before in his eyes. I'm surprised my spirits are lifted ever so slightly. Tamino, let's play one last game. If you win, I'll set you free. How does that sound? This is my promise to you. Alright, here we go! Lock in! I gotta put my glasses back on.
What am I to you? A madman? A monster? Or just a pitiful prisoner?
That ain't real. I didn't say crotch. Y'all need to stop. Don't pin that. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm doing this. Y'all do y'all. Hold up. You're Rafayel. I'll help you remember who you are. Oh shit!
These chains aren't what shackle me. Don't act like you know me. This isn't enough. The desire to devour and consume someone. You feel it too, right?
It'll be over soon. I'm here to help you. Someone ban Miguel! I gotta examine his face.
You're checking my teeth. There's a muzzle here.
Y'all,
enough.
I need a minute. There ain't no way.
I'm not a toy you can just play with.
I think you are at this moment, girl. What did it say? I need to move closer if I want to find the activator. Yeah, I gotta get closer. We gotta get closer. Yeah. Oh, look at him snarling at me. Ain't no way he's doing all that. What?
Is this supposed to be another plan of yours?
Initiating full body scan.
Oh, I'm doing it from behind, girls. Ain't no way. Okay, I gotta lock in. Lock in. Lock it in. Lock it in. Oh, shit. Not the fucking moaning while I'm doing this! Stop it!
Hurry.
You told me to hurry up! Alright, bye, Miguel. You said hurry! We're going down.
I won't repeat myself. Let go of me.
We did a whoop whoop and a whoop whoop. A whoop whoop and a whoop whoop. Hold on. What'd you say? Is this another sensitive spot of yours? Ain't no way. Oh, I gotta hold it.
Where did you learn to do that?
Don't move. On his neck? Question mark? Okay, he's doing that.
Exposing your weaknesses to a monster. Only a fool would do that to tame a beast. Ever seen a world consumed by want? When the heart's true desire is the only thing left, everything else fades away.
Alright, we're gonna let it happen.
It looks like you lost.
I lost. Porpoise. We lost on porpoise. As my consciousness fades, I taste the metallic tang of blood on my lips. Raphael gently licks it away. There's Excuse me. Raphael stands up. The chains drag on the floor, and he pins me against the wall.
Don't be afraid. This dull existence will disappear like a bad dream.
A pale, thin light falls across the upper half of his face. His eyes gleam with a manic intensity.
Why don't I just lock you up? You'll live in this cage from now on. Doesn't that sound nice?
Like the surging tides, his voice pulls me into the depths of a boundless sea.
Our promise. It's okay if I'm the only one who keeps it. We'll always be together. Until the end of time.
That's crazy! That's crazy! That was crazy! Hi, Sarah! You came at an interesting time, girl! We about to dive in! We gotta win this time. We can't lose on purpose. We've been losing on purpose to get the other ending. How you doing, Sarah? If you haven't already, please go follow Sarah. She's amazing and I love her. She's playing through Wind Waker right now. She probably put me on. The thing is, though, Sarah puts me on while she sleeps. Because she's a queen like that. We gotta play games
What
together
am
again.
I to you? A madman? A monster? Or just a pitiful prisoner?
Alright, we gotta do this. Lock it in.
These chains aren't what shackle me. Will you put everything on the line for this?
Working on laundry? I gotta do laundry today too. It sucks.
This isn't enough. The desire to devour and consume someone. You feel it too, right?
Troy, you're a BDSM spaceman. I am. I'm enjoying it a lot. I get to examine his face.
That's quite enough. You're checking my teeth. There's a
Me
muscle
too.
here. I'm not a toy you can just play with.
They all have the tramp stamps. They do. I love that we go behind him. We literally go behind him.
What is this supposed to be? Another plan of yours?
Initiating full body scan.
We're giving him the reach around. How much did I miss? The universe doesn't want me to watch this. Well, we're... Oh, shit. I gotta do it fast. Look, we got the circular... See, I'm a pro at this now. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. Stop it, Luna, you poop.
I won't repeat myself. Let go of me.
Oh, yeah, I gotta hold it. I'm glad you have your headphones on, too.
Where did you learn to do that?
Blah, 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 blah. Walmart.
Exposing your weaknesses to a monster. Only a fool would do that to tame a beast. Ever seen a world consumed by want? When the heart's true desire is the only thing left, everything else
You said, girl, what Walmart you going to? Because, damn, I'm going to the wrong one.
It's away.
We turning it off. Ain't no way you gotta sound like that. Look at his sweat, dude.
Why are you the only thing I can see clearly?
Buddy, there ain't no way you said that. Who said that? Now, who said that? Nestled in the northern part of the peninsula lies Verona. In the mountain's embrace, the town is kissed by a southern sea. In its close-knit community, even the smallest tidbit of news becomes a hot topic. It spreads from one corner to another over cups of tea and dinner tables. As for the latest gossip, there's a grand old mansion by the sea. It's been empty for years, but it recently got a new owner last month.
They painted the whole place white and even made the floor-to-ceiling windows face the sea. It's stunning.
The gentleman buys a bouquet for his lover every day before heading home. He has yet to miss a day.
That explains why she visited my shop and ordered a dozen beautiful vases. She was smiling when she said she'd come back for more.
Through their vivid storytelling, the townspeople learn that the newcomers are from the city of Lincoln. Aw, he buys her flowers every day. This is why we love Rafayel. The convertible comes to a stop on the coastal road. Breathtaking scenery unfolds before our eyes. The white beach's sand is as soft as silk beneath our feet. This small town, nestled between the mountains and the sea, feels like a gift from the heavens. This is where you used to live? It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You. After that day, I resigned from my position at the LCBI, collected my savings, and left Lincoln with Rafayel. Thanks to my careful planning, everyone believed the leader of Flow and Fire had met his end in the prison. As for Rafayel, he left behind his days as a predator. We confessed our feelings to each other, so we knew it was time to leave the chaotic city behind us for a new life together. Have you thought about what we might do for a living here?
How does an antique shop sound? Owning a bookstore or an art gallery works too. I'm okay with any of those.
Then the art gallery?
Why?
I think it's because after a certain night, I had a dream that felt just as real and similar to the present. In my dream, he lived a life full of joy. I want to make it our reality.
Sure, since that's what you want. Turning our home into a proper art studio might be a little tough, though.
Regardless of the path we choose, beyond the threshold of our future are endless possibilities, and that world is our oyster. Aww, I loved that. I love that. We live on the beach. We live on the beach with him.